the Bible says that when a man's way pleases God, he will make his enemy to be at peace with him. Well, this issue of a Muslim ticket is not going anywhere. Just like Tinubu said, he has been planning this to become president, and that was why he said, "Emilio come. It is my turn." Everybody has taken their own share, but it's his own turn. He said he has served a lot of people. He had projected a lot of people to come to limelight. So why is it that himself cannot go and take a shot? So, and he has been calculating and calculating and calculating, because from his own side, he believes that his own Muslim is not a counterfeit, it's inferior. And that is just what is out there, because the people from the north, they believe that Muslims from the southern part of the country, they are not as strong as they are not as fanatical as they are. I think, let me use that word. And he had already seen it, that if that should play out, if he wants to go, and for them to go, and they have this mindset that the population of the Muslims in the north are more than that of the Christians, but they are getting it wrong. The reason why a lot of people are not even interested in voting is because they have not even seen, their choice candidates. And you can see the emergence of Obi now is encouraging a lot of people to come out to talk about politics. A lot of people who were not even interested in politics, they are now interested. People who were not interested to vote, they are now interested to say, okay, let us go and try it. Like some people will say, they will tell you that your vote do not count. And they will ask, if your vote do not count, why is it that the politicians are giving you money? That is just propaganda. Then, of course, a lot of people are discouraged, but now they are interested to say, okay, if you have somebody who think that at least to a very large extent, with the way Buhari disappointed a lot of people, because even in 2015, people came out to say, okay, let us even have a change. We can't continue with this PDP. PDP boasted that they were going to rule for 60 years, but things changed in 2015. For the fact that people had hope in Buhari in 2015, and see what he has done, he has disappointed a lot of people. That one alone is even enough for people to say, no, I'm not even interested again. But as soon as Obi came into a race, the whole thing changed. And that is why you say that Obi is the most talked about. Everybody talks about him, but he doesn't talk about them. But everybody, even if they ask him questions about the oppositions, he has a way of trying to shelve that and focus on the main issue. But the other ones, they'll just be falling into it. Oh, forget him. He does not have this. It's not because they are just fidgeting. And that's just the way I see it. But this issue of a Muslim ticket, now, I don't think Tinubu ever envisaged that he's going to turn out like this, because the people who are even carrying this thing on their head, let me use that word, the people who are really at the forefront of this, we no go agree for this Muslim ticket in the north. We no go agree. They are even his own people, not even people from the opposition, not people from other party that will say, oh, let us even discourage people to say, oh, this is one of the reasons why we are going to, or this is one of the things we are going to use to demarcate the APC. No, it is even from within, they are fighting it, that we cannot continue to be like this. And in the north, the narrative there is that the Christians in the north, they are not even second-class citizens, they are third-class citizens. That is the way they have been, they were perceived. And now that they now, and because when it comes to Christianity, people always try to like, oh, let's leave everything for God. People don't want to take laws into their hands. Even at times, even if you are not going to be, if they are not going to be, how will I put it? If they are not going to be violent about some things, most of the time when they are supposed to talk, they will not even talk. We just leave everything for God. Maybe I thought maybe that was what Tinubu and his colleagues were thinking. That, oh, before we could say Jack Robinson, they will forget. They will say leave everything for God, because Christians are too like, they have that spirit of, I don't know whether docility or let us leave everything for God. We cannot fight for ourselves. But unfortunately, the thing is not going their way. And Tinubu is beginning to have a regret. He is now beginning to see it that this Muslim ticket of a thing in the north is going to is to the favor of Obi, and that is it. He's beginning to get it, and he's beginning to blame some people. But they will try to hide it. They will try to maintain as if nothing is happening. But by the time the thing, when something is just moving on your body, you just try to like, oh, I mean, this will come out. But when the thing stings you, no, you explode. You will explode. Nobody will tell you how to react when something stings you. But if it's just still moving around, you can just, use your hand to wave it off. And that is where the position they are. And this Dogara and Babachelawa, especially that Babachelawa, he has been a very close pal to Tinubu. And is the one who is fronting this whole thing. That this Muslim ticket, lie, we no go agree. We no go gree. People have been doing it. We've been trying to, like, okay, let us be politically correct about this thing. Let us be diplomatic about this thing. But now you have come to show it to our faces to say that we don't know what we are doing, that we cannot do nothing, and that is the reason why they say they are going to stand and they're going to work against it. You know that, of course, the narrative out there, the Christians, the way they are being treated over there, they have been going through a lot of things. So I think this is the time. This is the right time for them to say no. It's not going to be, if not this Dogara and Babache Lawa that are fronting this whole thing, maybe they would have just gone back to their share to say, okay, oh, no problem. But unfortunately for Tinubu and APC, the same people within their party are the ones fighting this whole thing. It's not even from the opposition, just like I said. So the whole thing is just getting interesting. Very, very, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. And it's to the favor of Peter Obi. Yes, because now, if you think that had it been he had chosen somebody, a Christian, maybe they would have manipulated their ways and say, okay, let us even look up to this. Okay, this our brother is there. There's something that people always look at. Oh, even people are saying, even now that we have Osinbajo as the vice president, people say it does not matter. It doesn't matter. After all, we have a Muslim Christian. Osinbajo that is there. What has he done? What has he not done? But there's a sense of belonging, But if you can imagine, we are experiencing this because they're always saying that, oh, we have a Osinbajo there, we are still experiencing this. Then you can imagine if we didn't have Osinbajo there, what could have happened? No, what could have happened? It would have been worse than this. That's why people are saying, don't tell us that if since Osinbajo is there, that what difference did he make? Then they will still tell you that if he was not there, it would have been worse than this. So that's why people don't want to take chances. And for the fact that APC has a lot of baggages, they have a lot of baggages. But this one, and that is why they went to go and chatter all these fake bishops trying to woo people. You see that Tinubu, anywhere he goes, is always setting confusions. People always say he's a strategist. Strategist where? See, it is only a person that has an evil intention that is always all over the place, strategizing to outdo a lot of people. See what is happening in Afenifere again, or the person that the old, see the kind of confusion they are set even in the midst of the old men that are leaders of Afenifere. See what is happening. He has gone there now. He don't pollute the place again. So, but this one is going to be a tough one because the areas from the northern side that he was even looking at, okay, he's going to get enough votes to be able to, that's why it does not even bother about the south or southeast, because he's believing so much in the north. But now see the problem that is coming there, because the chunk of people who would have voted for him, even if you might have one or two Christians that will say, okay, they want to vote for him because of party affiliation, but it is not what it ought to have been if the whole thing was balanced. So they are beginning to cry now. They are beginning to cry, and they will cry out until the deed is done. But unfortunately, it is too late. But those people are still standing that no going back. You cannot call us fools to our faces. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.